Hello! I'm back for the Halloween week of streaming. How y'all doing? I'm tired. Is this? Okay. Okay, so music's working just fine. Let me get the Twitch chatbots going. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna be back with more arches today. Ah! Okay, I'm a bit nervous. Oh god, I know that things are gonna get worse before it gets better, but I don't want to read that then. But, we must go on. I don't have any tea with me yet again. I need to start getting more stevia. But I do have my water, and I have grapes. Only that's my breakfast. The first thing I eat in the morning, grapes. But anyway, let's go ahead and set this down. Oh wait. Where's my Twitch? There it is. Perfect. Okay, let's go continue. Last time we left off, we're venturing back into Echo. Ugh. And we blaze it up with Artie. Okay. Okay. Please let nothing bad happen to them. Time passes quickly, and bantering with Artie and Devin had made Cameron forget what he was trying to do in the first place. He wonders if maybe that had been Devin's goal. He should be keeping his mind open, not covering up potential spirits with loud, obnoxious laughs as they reminisce about their college days. Because right now he's feeling something strange that he can't explain. Alright, ready to head out? Okay. Wait, I'm gonna need some water. Okay. I need to get used to doing this like first thing in the morning. Alright, ready to head out? Man, we didn't even find. Wait, how did I do Arturo's voice? Wait, how did I do that? Man, we. Oh wait, I gave him like the Crispin Classiphone 9 type of speech. Man, we didn't even find anything scary. Oh my god, Ben! Like first thing on a stream, how you been? You don't look. You don't look for scary things. You let them happen, and nothing happens. So Cameron can't leave now. Hey, Dev, please don't be mad at me. Dev doesn't say anything, and that makes Cameron squirm. Oh, you guys gonna fight again? Can I have 5 minutes alone, please? No. Just 5 minutes, I swear, and we'll be done. Cameron. I can feel something. I don't know what, but you guys are making it hard to hear. Cameron, the motel is right there. I'm not leaving you here. Dev's tone is so resolute, so unshaken, that Cameron shrinks into himself, realizing he's reached Dev's limit. Artie clears his throat. Not to butt in, but how about this? Me and Dev stand at the end of the road over there so we can see you. Then we can make sure nothing bad happens. Please, Dev. I just really need to figure something out, and it's gonna bother me forever if I don't. Please? Dev is. Oh no, my text is smudging the screen. How do I remove? I think, like, is it not visible or is it. I don't know. Hmm. Now I want to see Arturo, bro. LMAO. Oh my god. Okay, so I hear that like people either love Arturo or hate him, and I want to know why. That's I'm very curious. God. Okay. Something is wrong and he needs to confirm it. But yeah, I'm quite curious to see how his character, very divisive character. Yes, I'm curious to see why. Is is what you're doing safe? Could it hurt you? I don't know. I don't think so. It has more to do with me than ghosts, though. Dev doesn't say anything for several seconds, seeming to be weighing multiple scenarios in his head. Okay, we'll be up the road. Please be careful and yell if you need us. Okay, thank you. Dev kisses Cameron on the head for a long moment before walking away, up the road. Artie looks back and forth, confused before following Dev. Oh my god, I hate to be the third wheel in this domestic. Alone now, Cameron can tell that something is definitely different. He can't put his finger on it, but it's not just him being residually high. It's almost like he can see more clearly. Like he can see more. Meaning in nothing. Cameron isn't sure what to think about this. The weed is making it happen, though. Just like he hoped it would. But it's weak. He can hear the voices of those who have passed, just barely playing along the wind. For just a fraction of a second, he thinks of trying opioids just once more, and how that would truly help him see things. Oh my god. The thought leaves him feeling physically repulsed to the point that he almost retches, the visceral reaction surprising even him. 3 years of substance abuse, the death of his mother, the deaths of his friends. He vividly remembers those 2 weeks when he quit cold turkey. Hiding away in his friend's basement in a pool of sweat, shaking, having every bathroom issue possible, wanting to rip through his fur and skin, to run into the street, to run into a car. He cried constantly. He hated himself. He was worthless. He needed to die. He had to die. But at the end of those 2 weeks, he made it. It was hard, but like his friends would always tell him, withdrawals aren't the hard part. The hard part is finding pills in a friend, or relative's medicine cabinet months, even years later. The hard part is crushing those pills up in neat little lines of powder, staring at them, telling yourself you don't need it. You don't have to do it. But you do it. You always do it. No matter how many times you get clean. Someone like Cameron needed something else to keep him clean. And that's Devon, because the shame and heartache of Devon finding out wouldn't ever be worth it. But knowing this moment, any moment, can be far better with a single pill. Unfortunately, that feeling will always be there. So no, this is stupid. And he won't touch drugs again, not even weed. The window. Oh! Okay, I see claws. Is that Socket Man? At first, Cameron is only surprised. This is something he hasn't seen in months, not since October of last year. But still, he kind of hoped this would happen. This creature, this manifestation, is somehow connected to his abilities. He always thought it to be a mental illness. But now that he knows there's something more to all this, maybe it's a sign, a harbinger of sorts that might lead him to important visions. Still, something about it is especially unsettling this time. Something is wrong. Something is different. And it's more than just the raincoat monster appearing. Arches in half circles. His train of thought cuts off as he notices a barely discernible movement from the creature. Aside from a handful of movements in the past that felt like glitches more than anything else, the creature never moved. Yep, it's Sake Man. Sake Man is definitely watching him as well. It was always like a cardboard cutout. It's no longer cardboard, though. It's breathing. What's happening? He's not thinking right. This thing isn't part of Echo. Cameron knows that. You sure about that? You sure? So why is it acting different, more alive, as if the town is amplifying it? Well, there's a little something here called the hysteria, and a really popular saying called "this town needs secrets." So take that what you will. Maybe it's just the setting, his nerves, the weed, but now he's realizing how strange it is that he's been so relieved to find out he's psychic. Doesn't he still have problems? It's not like all of those issues were just solved. Are those the voices of the dead or something else? Are those ghosts or hallucinations? Is there a difference? Suddenly, a whole new wave of anxiety washes over the canine. Just like that, he's not sure about anything anymore. He'd had such a beautiful, life-changing epiphany, and now he looks up to the road where Dev and Artie are. But they're not there, and Cameron stares, wondering what's real anymore. He looks back at that monster, standing in that window. If it is a harbinger for something important, he should go into that room. Otherwise, he'll just leave here knowing he's crazy, knowing he's on the verge of a fucking psychotic break. Oh, damn it, what am I doing? And then he's moving for the window, for that monster. The whispers growing and the distortions twisting. Oh. Oh. Devin watches his boyfriend in the distance carefully, feeling his anxiety come down a bit as Cameron just seems to stand there. So, what's the deal, man? You know what I'm talking about? What happened? Did you see some fucked up shit earlier? 'Cause you seem really, really worried. For a moment, Devin is glad Artie cuts himself off, but then... Hey, what the fuck? Ugh! Artie is already running up the road towards his car. Devin looks and sees a man standing next to the car with the hood up. What? Devin isn't sure what to do at first, either go to Cameron or follow Artie. Cameron sees Oblivious in the distance, which is probably for the best, and it doesn't look like the man is carrying any sort of weapon, so deciding his friend is going to need help, he runs after Artie. Dev runs up to the car just as the old weasel-looking man headbutts Artie in the face. Oh fuck, son of a bitch! Artie stumbles and falls on his ass. Hey! The weasel regards him coolly, seemingly not bothered by the fact that he just used his own face as a battering ram. Hey. Dev doesn't know what to say, mostly because he doesn't know why the guy just did what he did. Meanwhile, Artie moans on the ground, a paw to his forehead. That at least gives Dev a starting point. You can't just fucking do that, man. What are you doing? Adjusting things. He shows off a pair of pliers. Devin can hear his heart pounding in his ears as he sees a toolbox bounce on the bumper. Why? Give me that. Devin starts to step forward to take the pliers from the man, but a flash of light blinds him. Dev had never been hit before. Not as an adult, at least. His size usually deterred anyone from trying anything, and he normally didn't get into those kinds of situations anyway. So this moment takes what feels like a long time for his brain to process. He stumbles on his feet, paws uselessly outstretched, trying to refocus when something explodes in his stomach that seems to expand like a balloon under his ribcage. The bear doubles over in shock, feeling like a vacuum has opened up in his torso before he falls to his knees. Ugh. The long, strange sound of agony seems to go on forever as his diaphragm refuses to work. Only now does he realize he's been punched in the stomach as well, and while he's had the wind knocked out of him before, it's nothing like this. How was that, fat ass? Dev goes on droning in response, a small part of him considering that he might actually suffocate to death. Holy hell, man, what the fuck is your problem? Oh, you wanna know? Devin, still with his face towards the ground, only hears movement above him, but that's followed by a gasp from Artie. What the hell? I have a problem with sick fucks like you dicking around in this place because you think it's funny. Dev is only now starting to get his breath back, but his eyes are locked on the gun in his face, and his insides turn to water, which has nothing to do with the punch. Where were you 5 years ago, huh? Back home with mommy and daddy living in your middle-class houses? Thought you'd come out and see what the crazy meth heads are up to, how they all killed each other? The man adjusts his grip on the gun and Dev almost chokes with fear. Either the old man is gonna shoot him or he's gonna do it on accident. Is this still fun? Artie's rough breathing next to Devin is the only thing that lets the bear know that the cat is still there with him. Dude, listen, we didn't mean... You listen, dude. I gave you assholes a whole fucking day to get the fuck out, but you're still here. Since you're so goddamn comfortable, hope you don't mind being stuck here for good. With that, the man turns away, sticking his gun down his pants before calmly clutching his tools, closing the toolbox and walking off the road, straight through the sagebrush. Holy shit. It's a 9-mile walk to the freeway. I suggest you leave the moment it gets cool. That's friendly advice. There's much worse out here than me, you stupid fucks. Damn, huh? Great break. Wow. Okay, so dude's here. Oh shit. I'm pretty sure he fucking filled up the car. Okay. Artie bends over Devin, who slowly stumbles to his feet. Hunched over, his stomach aching far worse than his muzzle, which he wipes clean of blood. Fuck, man. What did he do? Artie looks back to the car, and even from here, Dev can see wiring sticking out from the hood. I can't fucking believe this. Hold on, I'm getting Cam. Alright, man, I'll see if this thing is even worth coming back for. Devin jogs up the road, grunting with each step, each one sending a jolt through his stomach. While the weasel hadn't moved in this direction, Dev isn't taking chances. He also needs to make sure the coyote is... Cameron? He shouldn't be panicking. Not yet. But that feeling is starting up again. And after having a gun pointed in his face... Cameron! Oh shit. No answer. Oh fuck. Dev heaves for air, looking around until he sees a flash of flannel through a motel window. He is next to it in a second, unable to fit, so he pries back boards with his bare paws. Then he pushes through and stumbles into thick darkness. Despite having seen this monster in some form or another for over 15 years now, Cameron realizes he's never really tried to move towards it. In the beginning, he tried to run away. Of course, but it ended up following him. It never moved when he was looking at it, but the second he looked away and back again, it would reappear closer, usually at that 20 to 30-foot distance. When he learned to ignore it, it just sort of blended into the background, and he almost stopped noticing it. As Cameron's squeezing through the boards covering the window, he's only a few feet away from the thing. He realizes that if he makes contact with it, that if it's solid, then he won't know what to think. He never even considered that it might be real. But now, as those unnaturally long claws dangle from the sleeves of the raincoat, Cameron starts to worry. As he moves those last few feet, though, Raincoat Monster starts to dissolve into the dim lighting of the room, and the coyote is inside. It happens in a way that makes Cameron think of a mirage. But the creature's still here, now across the room. Against the wall, its ever-present deranged grin plastered to its dark furred face. Cameron moves towards it again, slowly this time. The creature's still seemingly frozen, but in a way a real person would try to appear frozen. This creature is almost like an imitation of the one he's gotten to know so well, the one that almost became a companion of sorts in his childhood. About halfway across the dark, cluttered motel room, Raincoat Monster bends sideways, almost like it's going to do a cartwheel, towards the bathroom door. Its heavily clawed hands don't move, though. Instead, it just keeps bending like a bridge, like an arch, and then slips into the darkness of the bathroom. Cameron stares, the feeling of unease growing. Of course, shit like this always makes him feel uneasy. It makes him real fucking crazy. It makes him feel fucking crazy. But what just happened now, it felt deliberate, like he's being toyed with somehow. Raincoat Monster had toyed with him plenty of times before, especially the first time he saw it. It was his own mind doing it after all. But what makes him feel nervous now is that it seems like there's something else behind it. Almost like whatever was behind his first vision in that other motel room is behind this as well. So he should leave, right? Whoever that is doesn't seem to have very good intentions. All it seems to want to do is fuck with him. If it's the same thing that hijacked his first vision, then it could look like anything. It disguised itself as death and said, it disguised itself as death and said awful things to him. Disguised itself. Was that even a disguise? Is it possible Devin somehow made that call? That would be the most plausible explanation, aside from malicious ghosts being real, something he never believed until now. He trusts Dev, though. Cameron looks at the boarded window. Why did Artie and Devin abandon him like this? Is this part of Devin's investigation still? Is this a setup of some kind, like a test? Cameron continues to just stand in the middle of the motel room, staring around himself. This isn't right. He's not making sense. These thoughts don't make sense. But there are some connections, and he can't deny that something about the whole situation is off. The voices, the whispering, it continues to ebb and flow, and there's a slight electronic quality to it. It's not possible that someone could have planted a speaker in this room to make him think he's hearing the voices of ghosts. After all, Devin had been so adamant that he'd not come back to the motel with him to gather his equipment. That would have been the perfect opportunity. He tries to listen to them, but they blend together and mumble quietly, and he can't make anything out. If this is a setup, then Raincoat Monster could be a real person. Someone in a costume, or something is wrong. Suddenly, thinking himself is becoming difficult. He's still high after all, but at the same time, things are suddenly making at least some sort of sense. If this is some kind of sick joke, that could explain a lot. A distant chuckle breaks through the hushed whispers. Sounds kind of like Devin. Devin? Cameron points his ears towards the bathroom. Artie? Guys, you can't really be doing this to me, right? His voice is weak, unsure, and afraid. Something creeps to his left and the coyote jumps, staring wide-eyed. Guys? In the back of his mind, Cameron knows that whatever this is, whatever is going on inside or outside his mind, is not good. He needs to get out. Suddenly, something starts pulling at the boards of the window. Cameron gasps, stumbling back, an explosion of fear taking over in a way that he's never experienced before. Cameron? You're in there, right? You okay? It looks like Devin, but the coyote is moving for the bathroom, because he's not completely sure, and even if that really is Dev. Cameron pulls the door to the bathroom and closes and fumbles with the knob until he finds and presses a push lock that somehow still works. Cameron? Honey, are you in there? Cameron keeps quiet, pressing his paws to his muzzle, suppressing his instinctual urge to respond. Cameron! Cameron listens to the bear's heavy footprints on the ruined floor. Then the doorknob to the bathroom vibrates violently. Cameron yelps. Stop! I'm sorry, I need to figure things out right now. There's a pause, one that seems to go on for a very, very long time. What? Devin's voice is equal parts confused and concerned. Baby, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What happened? I don't know. Why did you guys leave me? Leave you? I'm right here. I looked up the road and you were just gone. Oh, Cameron, something happened. It's a little complicated, but I can't tell you about it on the way out. I'm sorry I left when I said I'd watch you, but we need to go right now. Something happened. It's a little complicated. Cameron, please open the door. Devin lets out a nervous laugh. You're freaking me the fuck out right now, honey. Huh. That only puts Cameron more on edge. That Devin thinks he's the one that's acting strange. You're freaking me the fuck out. Why did you even bring me here? Is Artie there too? Bitch, you want to go back! What the fuck? Another long, horrible pause. When Dev talks again, his tone has changed completely. Like he's being very careful with his words. Like Cameron is crazy. Honey, can you tell me what's wrong? Did something happen? You tell me, Devin. You're really starting to worry me, baby. Devin's voice cracks. Cameron doesn't know what to say. He doesn't have to think of what to say because at that point, something rakes painfully down his back. It's like a giant set of claws, and Cameron gasps, then screams as another set of claws grip over the top of his head. He had completely forgotten about Raincoat Monster, but even if he remembered, he never thought it could touch him. Cameron, open the door! Open! God damn it! Stand back, Cam! The air seems to explode as the flimsy motel bathroom door splinters with ease, Dev having kicked it in. With some light filling the bathroom now, Cameron sees that he's fighting with nothing. He thought it had to be Artie. Suddenly the bear is grabbing him, trying to hold him, or pin him, and Cameron just struggles trying to pull away. Shit, holy fuck. Cameron, what happened? Please, calm down. Just let me go! Cameron is crying now, and it's making him gasp for air. Let's breathe, Cam. No, stop doing this to me! Just let me go! Dude, what to you? What happened? I don't know. I don't fucking know! Cameron's struggles become more wild, kicking out and fighting with Dev's much stronger grip. What the fuck? Dev seems to say it to himself, almost in a whisper, as if unable to believe what's happening. Cameron isn't able to either. None of this is real, is it? Huh? Did you set this up to make me believe? or something. What? How would I do that? Speakers or costumes? I don't know. Ow, you're hurting me! Devin lets Cameron go finally, though he tries to hold on to him to make him look at the bear. But Cameron takes the opportunity to escape, running right for the window. Much easier to get through after Dev's entry. Cameron? I'm sorry, I just need to think. Cameron can hear Devin crying now, but he can't stop. He needs to get out. He needs to get away. He falls clumsily through the window, and as he stands up, he gasps as he comes face to face with Artie. Suddenly, he notices how similar the color of his fur is to Raincoat Monster. Whoa, dude, you okay? What's going on? I can hear you guys yelling all the way. Artie trails off as Cameron bats away from the cats, keeping him in view until he can run away. Up the road, to somewhere that's not here. Dev sobs as he fumbles to get out of the window, wondering if he's dreaming. This can't be happening. He looks around the parking lot, but all he sees is Artie. Where did he go? Artie points wordlessly, and Devin jots up the length of the parking lot to look around the motel. Cameron is nowhere in sight. Devin stares for a while, hoping to see Cameron pop out from behind one of the dilapidated structures, but he doesn't. Devin, what happened? Something's wrong with Cameron. I know, he looked totally freaked out. Did that meth head get to him too or something? No, I don't know, he's not making sense. He's not thinking right. What do you mean? Devin takes a deep, shuddering breath, still staring, realizing Cam might have already made it to the dirt road off Main Street. Devin rubs his face vigorously with both paws. He said something about us setting him up. Setting him up for what? I don't know, it's like he completely... He's not in his right state of mind or something. Chenye? Are you referencing your own visual novel? What? Is there a new update or something that I don't know of? Because if so, I'm downloading it immediately. I love how I'm just talking about a different visual novel when I'm in like a very emotional moment in this game. One of many. Holy shit. My god, I would hate to be in Artie's shoes in this because... Can you imagine? That's so fucking awkward. Oh my god, Ron chat, but someone was asking how to pronounce the VN. Oh my god, literally. Yeah. I literally looked it up online and I was like, oh, cool. because I was determined to get it right the first time. But yeah, no, I would hate to be in Artie's shoes because I would not know what to do. I'd just be like, are you two having a domestic? Devin stops himself from saying completely lost it because that just sounds wrong. Because it is wrong. Holy shit. Seeing no signs of Cameron, Devin suddenly feels panic bloom in his chest. What if Cameron is so far gone that he's done run off into the desert? He would die. Shit, are you sure he ran this way? Dev starts walking quickly up the road, looking at each abandoned structure, standing in the desert landscape all the while. His panic has settled into a dull, persistent feeling of dread, and his crying is mostly under control, just sniffling every now and then. Artie falls behind him. Yeah, positive, man. He was running, though. Shit. Hey, you know, he just looked really emotional. Doesn't he have panic attacks? Yeah, but that wasn't just a panic attack. Something else is going on. Has he done this before? No. Isn't he on medication? No, man, he's not on medication. But wasn't he? Dude, this isn't helping anything right now. Sorry, it's just that I remember him telling me he was on an antipsychotic bat in college. Devin's blood runs cold. I think it was just like antidepressants or something. Why would he even tell you? Cameron? Dev's voice echoes hollowly up the street, unanswered. He was on both, I'm pretty sure. He was talking to Maria about it since she's been on the bunch of them for her bipolar disorder. I think he was just looking for advice on how to deal with the side effects, and I was a psych major, so there's that. Were you? Cameron! Duh, I was a failed STEM major. Behavioral sciences are the next step. Despite that being something Artie might normally say, it sounds forced, like he's trying to keep the mood light. All Devin can think about right now is how he couldn't have even been bothered to know what medications his boyfriend was taking and why. He just knew they made him feel like shit. So when Devin said he wanted to stop whatever it is he was taking, so when Cameron said he just wanted to stop whatever he was taking, Devin encouraged him, and Cameron seemed happier after that. Anyway, I'm not saying he's like schizophrenic. Antipsychotics can be combined with antidepressants for just plain old depression sometimes. I think he's just panting a little. I probably would if I went into that motel alone. No. Cameron was panting, sure, but he was accusing Devon of setting him up, of tricking him. Cameron didn't trust him, and that's something Devon has never seen before. And remember, with his tolerance, he's probably still pretty high. Could just be paranoia. Devon gasps and Arturo stares at him. Frozen. Then raging horror explodes in Devon's chest. The fucking weed! Whoa, what happened? You fucking know he has problems. Was on medication in college, and you just let him get stoned? Artie stares. Well, I didn't remember until just now, and besides, if that's making him freak out, it's gonna wear off. No, he said I was tricking him. He didn't trust me, Artie. He said I was planting fucking speakers so he heard voices. Artie continues to stare, but doesn't say anything this time. Devon does his best to avoid saying what he thinks is happening. That's not just panic, that's more than just that. Fuck, man, his mom died because of this shit. What if he's wandering off into the middle of the desert right now, and... When he had researched psychosis, he came across plenty of stories just like this. The way so many of them ended. Devon feels like he's about to throw up. After a few seconds of silence, Artie clears his throat. Listen, we don't know anything yet, but if I caused this to happen, I'm sorry. Either way, I'm trying to help you find your man, okay? It's only been 5 minutes. Devon starts to calm down a bit, breathing more evenly. God damn. Like I said, my girlfriend is bipolar. Even though I know it's not exactly the same, she's had moments like this too, and we always come out alright. So how about we look for 20, maybe 30 minutes? I'm sure we'll find him. If we don't, though, I'm gonna run my ass back up the road until I get cell service to call 911, alright? Dev takes a shuddering breath. Yeah, okay. Let's go. Oh, shit. Oh, Cameron. These grapes are bomb. Anyway, let's get back to this. There's no way. There's no way. Cameron shakes his head back and forth, unwilling to believe that Dev, his boyfriend, the person he loves most, would do this to him. This trip is going so well, it really is! But why? Devin is the one that wants to leave, that wants to protect him from this nightmarish town. How would this help at all, making all the ghosts up? Devin truly wants to understand what's happening to Lupita, where she is. Nowhere. So he'd want Cameron's visions to be true, unless it's both. He couldn't have been involved in the vision he had by the lake, right? Or what he heard in the forest. Those were real. Cameron feels it deep down that they have to have been real. He couldn't have made up that recount of the forest creature, or of the girl being murdered. Maybe Devin was worried Cameron would give up if he didn't see anything, and he wanted to make sure by hiding himself in the closet, by creating one of the worst moments in Cameron's life. Devin would never do that. Would never think to do that. As he's thinking this, something flickers in Cameron's vision. It's hard to describe, but there's a vividness to what he's seeing. Wait, what? It's the train? It's the Echo train! And then the lightning begins to change, just like it did next to the lake. The coyote stops, rigid and apprehensive, not really interested in having visions at the moment. He doesn't have a say in the matter, though. Oh no. Oh my god, bisexual lighting! Oh my god, buys, you won! But at what cost? This time, the light tints on such a surreal, ominous, blood-red glow that even though Cameron thought he was prepared, he definitely isn't. He stands in the unnatural light, feeling a bit sick, but then realizes he's actually someone else, just like when he saw the girl's life end. But... oh shit, who is he this time? He seems to snap it to his host. It looks down at the body of the creature he can't quite make out. This person he's become breathes heavily, doubled over, his giant paws on his knees, feeling sick. He'd never killed someone before. This little fad deserved it at least. He spits on the body, but suddenly realizes he needs to get rid of it. As far as he knows, no one knows that he's here, all the way from Peyton, and even to get rid of the body, no one will ever know he did it. He prepares himself, finding it easier and easier to come to terms with the murder. The thrill he got from it, the sweeping feeling in his chest that immediately made his dick get hard, is a bit worrying even to him. What? With a deep breath, he leans down, but then suddenly feels like he's being watched. Slowly, he looks up. Are we in Brian's mind? Are we in Brian's mind right now? That's a fucking UFO. It hovers over the road, watching him. He's seen a handful of UFOs, all of them while he was at Echo. He'd come to realize that it wasn't aliens, or whatever the fuck people believed in. It was supernatural or something. Like a ghost. He suddenly thinks back to last week when that space shuttle blew up while his class watched on TV. Wait a minute, hold on. This vision, he kills someone. In the beginning of this game, you play in the perspective of someone running away from Brian. But you couldn't completely. Is this connected to the beginning? Holy shit, holy fucking shit. Hold on, I'm gonna need a water break. Holy shit, holy. Oh my fucking god. Oh yeah. It's all coming together. He suddenly thinks back to last week when that space shuttle blew up while his class watched it on TV. Yep, the Challenger. He'd been the only one to laugh when it happened. Not really because it was funny, but because it was so unexpected. and so boring up until that point. To him, that's the only way space to be haunted with ghosts. But for some reason, he doesn't think anything living, or at least anything that was living, is involved with this. What he realized is that those crafts, made of metal, glass, and covered in lights, are empty. As far as he's concerned, they're no different from the ghosts. Ghosts that weren't people at all. They're hollow shells, only there to feed on the sick feeling he got when seeing them. Only there to watch him so that the small amount of guilt he had might grow just a little bit bigger. And tonight, aliens would visit him, to torture him, to violate him. Not really aliens, but the same thing as the ghosts that people see in this town. It's all the same. So he ignores it as he gets to work, and it hovers over his head, even as he feels its red eyes on the back of his neck. Cameron isn't sure what to think right now. A UFO? What? While the shadow creature in the forest had been strange, he hadn't seen it. He only heard someone recounting it. Cameron assumed that man in his vision wasn't in his right mind. Maybe misinterpreted what he was experiencing. No, he definitely killed someone. Oh wait, you talked about the UFO. I'm not too sure. But like, yeah. So, I guess Cameron can interact with a still living person's memories. So that's fun. This town needs secrets? Well, it's really fucking shit at keeping him. I'm just saying. Okay. But this? A full-blown craft in the sky above a dead body? Now Cameron is almost positive he's been toyed with, like Raincoat Monster in a motel room. It just makes him feel like he's going crazy. It reminds him that, for some inexplicable reason, he thought Dev might be in on it. How did he even consider that Dev could be involved in this? Besides, even now, despite being almost completely silent aside from the crunch of his footsteps on the gravel road, the voices are insistent, even louder. And how would he hide speakers out here in the middle of nowhere? Now that he's focusing on those voices, he can actually start making out some words, sentence fragments. Singing. They sang. Sins of cities are always... You piece of shit, stop doing. Every time he catches a new voice, it fades away before it finishes what it's saying. Cameron stops so he can hear better, ears up. But the voices fade back to barely noticeable whispers on the wind. Cameron remembers those ghost hunting shows he watched a few times, the way they're always trying to communicate. So he clears his throat awkwardly. Hello? Are you trying to talk to me? Do you have something you'd like to say? Cameron isn't sure he should be saying you because the voices are such a mixture of many. But why would they all congregate on this one dirt road? Either way, they seem to have moved on, so Cameron starts walking again. It's something you see. We should see. You think you're special, stupid shit. And Cameron stops, and so do the voices. Hello? Silence. Those words don't even really make sense. If the ghosts are trying to talk to him, wouldn't they say something useful? Maybe they just don't like him. And if it's a replay of something in the past, why are they just babbling nonsense? Cameron sighs and takes a step. You stupid. The coyote freezes, suddenly making a connection. He looks down at his foot, then brushes it back and forth over the gravel. Stupid sack of shit. Cameron stares. It's coming from the gravel. The sounds of it anyway. A gentle wind tickles over the fur in his ears and the whispers continue. Okay. Listen. I get making a lot of CGs. I did admit like making CGs for a game and stuff, but Paintfox Do you ever sleep? Do you ever sleep? Because how did you have the time and patience to make so many CGs for this game? Like, how many have I seen so far? Like, I'm at. Yeah, like, how many have I seen? So, like, there's. I saw um, dude punching Devin, dude pointing the gun, uh, Devin breaking into. Devin breaking into the motel room window, Devin trying to hold Cameron. This. Sleep is overrated, except for you. You need your rest. Listen, I know I don't sleep that much anymore. I don't sleep in. I haven't slept in so long. Maybe yesterday on Sunday, but I don't really call that sleeping in. Unless I sleep in till like 1 or 2, that's definitely sleeping in. But yeah, no, I just been waking up a lot more earlier especially on my days off, so I can stream. But yeah. He trusts the whole buffet? Yes, he does. Holy shit. Alright. The attention to detail is insane. Okay. So yeah, please take care of yourself. I do. I do. Much loves. Anyway. Suddenly, he's back in his trailer with his mother. He's lying back on the couch, nodding out after snoring his pills. Oh, did he hang out with Judge and Nicole that one scene from Rehab? You had me do a line of beta blocker? Oh, it's hidden now. He's lying back on the couch, nodding out after snore. Okay, yeah, about that. His mother, on the other side of the trailer, is kneeling amongst the debris of markers for art shapes. She'd always been meticulously clean, emphasizing that while they might live in a trailer, they can still make it look nice. That's my model. As long as he didn't hang out with them during the flop side. Maybe, I think he did. Maybe that's why maybe that's why he's fucked up. But now, over the past year, she seemed to care less and less, and now, dishes were used and never cleaned. Boxes of takeout opened and left where they were being eaten. Cameron himself couldn't be bothered to tidy up. It's easier now that his mom doesn't give a fuck. He can do his drugs right in front of her now. The post-it notes and strips of fabric tied to every arch his mother spotted, even the things Cameron is pretty sure aren't arches, made the place look like a disaster anyway. What does bother him, though, is he watches her through half-lidded eyes, is the way she looks. Her fur is disheveled and sticking up in different places, and she's in the same clothes she's been in for a week. She started to have a strange odor about her, but Cameron felt too weird telling his old mom she smelled bad. It's sad. He almost wishes she screamed at him and slapped him like she did whenever she found his drugs. Almost. Because right now he feels so good, and she seems happy enough to listen to that fan. Oh. Okay. Cameron covers his muzzle, heart pounding, listening to the whispering wind. No. No. His eyes blur with tears. He turns around because he's worried something might be watching him, and his feet scrape the gravel. Sadness seems to always. Cameron covers his ears, feeling the now familiar rising tide of panic in his chest. He's going crazy. Just like his mother, he's losing his mind. But his mother changed over the course of months. This is so sudden. He's never heard voices before. The voices! Or has he? That hallucination he had of Devin hanging, that was a voice. But that could have been a dream too. Now Cameron's breathing is really starting to get out of control, and he wants to run back to Devin and apologize, just so they can hold each other again. Of course, Devin wouldn't fuck with him over this, and Cameron can't understand why he thought that. It seemed like a possibility just 5 minutes ago. But something holds him from running back right now, And that's because if he's crazy, he doesn't want Dev to see it. A little bit too late right now, buddy. Like, you flat out accuse him of tricking you, despite the fact that you want to go back and he just wanted to leave. He just wanted to get you out of there and you said no. Like, Cameron, you and Dev both have problems and you guys need to mend those with your relation. You guys need to have like a really long talk. But I just gotta say this one's on you. This one's on you. You could have just left. You could have just left. You could have said, okay, yeah, let's leave. And y'all would have gone to Ari's car and left Echo. We wouldn't have to experience this scene. You wouldn't have to, like, experience voices talking to you through the gravel. Ari wouldn't have to potentially probably get his car actually broken down, considering, if the wire sticking out of the hood is any indication. Yeah, his car's broken down, and maybe that's why dude told him to walk the 9 miles instead of driving it. Which, in this case, dude, what the fuck is your problem? Like, literally die. Ah. Sure, he had a few nervous breakdowns and panic attacks in the first few years of their relationship, but that's normal. But that's normal crazy. This is actually crazy. It's psychotic. And while Dev would hold him, comfort him, take him away from this place, who's to say what would happen after that? Behind his outdoor nature and warm smile, Dev would be doubting their relationship. He already is. He'd been worn down by Cameron's deteriorated mental state, his deteriorating hygiene, the deterioration of the man he once knew as the spiral into delusions deepens. Stop it. Stop it, I'm not Mom. No, but you're her son. That voice, the one that comes from inside his head. The one doesn't feel like his inner voice. The one that won't shut the fuck up. Cameron is walking back the way he came, back towards Devon, towards what he knows is real and safe. But is he? Yes. Even though he's scared, he says it confidently, and strangely enough, he feels what seems like a pause on the voice's end. Like he's not quite sure how to respond. Good. Cameron thinks, this time with his own thoughts. He made sure to walk to the side of the road, the dusty, somewhat rocky surface, preferable to the whispering gravel. David keeps trying to figure out how things could have gone so wrong. His feelings earlier about an impending catastrophic failure now feels fully validated. It happened. He took those courses emphasizing engineering ethics. He studied cases in which every step of a disaster was detailed and exactly how each step was preventable. He took great care in his career to make sure he would never become one of those case studies, that the machines he helped design were as safe as possible. And while he already thought this, it's the fact that he didn't even know Cameron was on an antipsychotic at some points, just that he was on meds. He knew Cameron's problems were concerning, and he reassured himself with a crash course in abnormal psychology. While he was never as openly disdainful as his peers, the idea of trying to explain complex behavior through endless theories was frustrating to say the least. He chalked it up to him being one of those people who simply need a solid answer, a number. But he also remembers those months when Cameron was on his medication, how one night he had Dev sit with him in the arts building on campus. It was late and no one was around as Cameron almost angrily bashed on the keys of the grand piano, asking him if any of it sounded good. Dev said it sounded fine. Then the coyote finally broke down, saying he couldn't write music anymore. That emotionally, things had become black and white. That there was a wall between him and who he was. That the medicine he was taking was the reason why he fucked up his chance with the label. And as Cameron sobbed over the piano, Devon had decided that psychology doesn't know a thing about how people work. That psychiatrists might as well be drug dealers with an office. It had been the same for his mother after what happened with Lupita. Even now, she struggles with her addiction to benzodiazepines. Something carelessly prescribed to her, so she stopped wailing all the time. To Devon, it seemed like psychology never moved past lobotomies. In pill form! Yep, instead they just converted it into pills. Oh shit, yeah. And he never really changed that mindset. And that's why he never encouraged Cameron to seek some sort of help, especially if he didn't want it. What he took away from his research is that hallucinations of any kind are of serious concern and should never be brushed off. But he had done just that with the idea that maybe there's more to hallucinations for some people than psychology will never understand. Maybe it's ghosts? Devin wants to hit himself. In fact, he wishes that Weaselman had added a kid in the nuts to go with a gut punch, something else to help remind him how utterly stupid he is. The concept of the paranormal is so far from his mind at this point that he doubts he'll ever dabble in it again. See, there he is, dude. Devin looks up, and sure enough, he sees Cameron running towards them. The smile of relief on the coyote's face seemed to break the dam of emotion in Dev's chest. That wild look he had earlier, the one that had looked at him as if he were a stranger, is gone. The next thing he knows, he's running too. He would just ride Cam as running on the rugged rocks and thorny vegetation, but Devin joins him and Cameron runs into his chest with a thump. I'm sorry, I don't know what the hell I was... Stop, you're fine. That's all I care about. You're fine. But I don't know if I am. You are. You're here and you're fine. And we're gonna go home, okay? Yeah. Careful! Devin, running him back and forth on the uneven, rocky ground, sends him to the dirt, but Devin just pulls Cameron to his lap, still hugging him tightly. Meanwhile, Artie is looking away, seeming to have spotted something very interesting in the miniature forest just off the road, though he's smiling. I'm so sorry for bringing you here. I don't know what else to say, I'm just sorry. No, it's my fault for thinking I was special. That I had superpowers or something. None of this is your fault, okay? I'm not too sure about that. Cameron stays quiet and Devin is content to just hold the coyote, both of them sniffling. Meanwhile, the coyote plucks at sagebrush that's rubbing up against them, which he holds to his nose. You know how I hate the deserts? Devin tries to adjust to the jarring shift in conversation, but goes along with it, assuming Cameron just wants to focus on other things for now. I'm sorry to hate it too, actually. Cameron inhales a sprig of sagebrush in his paw again. Well, I love the smell of sagebrush, the way the whole desert smells like it. I suppose it's alright. There's something about it that reminds me of Christmas. That's weird coming from someone who grew up surrounded by pine forests. Like when we went up to my dad's cabin. Now that's a smell I could get behind. I guess I got too used to it, and sagebrush is just different. The desert version of pine forests. Pines can grow in the desert. Then I mean the ones in the northwest. We should go to your dad's cabin again. That was fun. Oh really? I thought you didn't like it. In all honesty, Dev hasn't had either. He had meant to take Cameron ice fishing like his father had taken him so many times. The second they got there, though, he realized how woefully unprepared he was. I complain too much, but we should go in the summer so we don't have to dig through 4 feet of snow just to open the cabin. Dev almost laughs at the memory of being so exhausted by the time he opened the cabin that his plans to romantically make love to Cameron went out the window the second they got in bed. Yeah, I'll ask my dad about it when we get back. I just want to be somewhere with you, away from all this. Yeah, far away from this. Dev, I don't think I'm actually psychic. I hallucinated a UFO a little bit ago. That's not real. Oh, you just saw one? Well, in my mind, I was someone else. I saw a dead body and I saw a spacecraft in the sky. It didn't make sense. I see. Well, you won't have to worry about that anymore once we're out of here. I really, really hope we won't. Dev isn't going to ask him to elaborate, or tell him that UFOs are commonly reported in Echo, especially in times when supernatural activity is at its peak. While he wasn't convinced Cameron he isn't mentally ill, he knows that's not what he should be doing right now. Even though he wants to deny it, he doesn't know if it's true or not. He believes Cameron is psychic, but that's taking a bad seed to the possibility that something else is happening too. And Dev can't be the one to figure that out for Cameron. He can only be there to support him. Oh shit, I think Artie's in the forest. Eh? Sure enough, Artie's disappeared. Oh yeah, well, he'll be alright. We'll just call for him, not really a big forest anyway. Dev? That's where the shotgun guy is. Oh fuck, I forgot. Dev stares at the tree line hopefully. Dev, we have to get him. Well, he shouldn't be far in at all. Anyway, we can warn him real quick, but let's keep our voices down. They get up and move towards the forest. Dev wants to tell Cameron to wait on the road, but at the same time he's worried about losing him again right after finding him. Artie, what the fuck you doing? Don't go to the forest. Oh my god, you're so silly. Somehow, this seemingly innocuous patch of trees is even more ominous during the day. Artie? Dev whispers loudly into the trees, holding Cameron's paw as they descend to the ditch and over to the forest side. They only take a few steps into the trees before Artie calls back. Yo, just taking a whiz. Figured you guys wouldn't want me staring. Which, dude, shut up. Dev continues to shout whisper. What's up? Dev can see the movement from Artie now, some of the bushes about 10 feet ahead of them shifting. This is where that shotgun hick yelled at us. Oh well, I'm almost done anyway. Dev sighs, then notices Cameron with his ears low, looking anxious. OMG, so adventurous, such a very peaceful trip so far. I know, right? Oh my god. 10 out of 10 would vacate again. You alright, baby? Do you hear, like, radio static? It's really loud. Dev listens, but only hears some wind through the trees. I think it's just the leaves, honey. But then, there is something. Maybe what could be described as static. Actually... Jesus! He jumps as his phone notification sound goes off. Well, I definitely heard that. I do think it's just the wind, but I'm hearing it too. He takes his phone out, seeing that an email managed to get through. Important booking information. Due to the ongoing public health emergency, all reservations have been cancelled. We sincerely apologize. The notification banner cuts off there, and a surreal message made Stefan feel like they're isolated from the world now more than ever. He wonders if he should try to call the police, even though he still only has one bar. At this point, he'd be willing to just let the authorities know that they're stranded before anything else can happen. Then something out of the corner of his eye catches his attention. It looks like a wall of a structure of some kind, beige and peeling, hard to see through all the leaves and branches. Devin holds up his paw in front of Cameron, signaling him for him to stay before putting the few cautious steps further into the forest. He thinks it's a trailer, one that looks so run down that he wouldn't be surprised if it's abandoned. No, 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 go away, stay away from it, stay away from the trailer, no, bad things come from that trailer, bad things, no, you don't want that, you don't want to go near it, you want to leave, you want to go away, you want to get out of here as fast as you can. Duke was a dick, but take his advice, leave the town, please. What unsettles him is that it's buried so deep in behind the trees, it's like it's meant to be hidden. He even tried to make a call further down the road, away from wherever that is. I'm here, no need to check on me. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna try and make a call on the road, but we're going straight. The look on Artie's face makes the bear pause. What? What the fuck? His voice is quiet, but his tone is one of confusion and shock, staring over Dev's shoulder. Devin feels dread creep over him. Not sure how something else could be happening right now. Something so terrible that Artie has that look. Oh my god, another CG. This is insane. Cameron stands where he left him. Oddly enough, he doesn't seem to be paying attention to them. He's staring up towards the trees. Devin can see his eyes darting from left to right. His ears are lying back and twitching, like he's hearing something that's too loud. His breathing is heavy, and Devin can see his chest heaving. He's panicking again, but the reason for it is clear. About a single second is all Dev has to see it, and to hear it. What the hell? The CG makes me want to boop his snoot. Boop. Then drops onto Cameron. Why? Why can't this be a normal trip? Why do they all have to suffer? Ah! Cameron is suffocating. I mean, when is he not? Just moments ago, he'd been gasping for breath, feeling the invisible dread creep up his back, the deafening stag growing in his ears. But now it's completely black, as something has its limbs around him, fingers over his mouth and nostrils. He thrashes around, at least he tries to. He goes through the motions, but there's no sensation of movement. A straining inhale of air drones right next to his ear, the thing pressing his head to the side of his face. Cameron begs it to let go, tries to call for help. Devin was in front of him only seconds ago. Or minutes? The voice in his head returns. Or hours? Or has it been years? It doesn't matter when you're dead. Cameron does think that he's died, and that he's in hell, because of course he ended up here. There is no hell. There is death. This is what happens to everyone, Cameron. Cameron realizes that then that it's not the thing holding onto him that's speaking to him. Because now that when it starts to speak, because now is when it starts to speak, but it's not a voice he expects. No, get away! A woman's voice. Oh, I did that wrong. Stupid fucking cunts! Cheating whore! A man's voice, a sickening thud. The tone of the stag changes, and Cameron knows he's listening to something different, a different moment. He's dead. You can stop now. Nah, he's still twitching. And it continues. What sounds like someone screaming through a gag. A woman sobbing, a man begging. But then there's a shift, and though most of the voices were women, they became almost exclusively young men. If you let me go, I won't tell anyone, I swear to God! No me mates, por favor? Stop, just stop. The voices blend together and go on and on and on. Meanwhile, Cameron goes limp, giving up, feeling as one with the voice that comes next. Why don't you just kill me? Wait a minute. Okay. So, I made the connection. I made the connection that those are Brian's victims. Mm-hmm. Let's discuss. That end title. Why don't you just kill me? Now, I could be wrong. I could be misremembering it. Because it's been a minute since I played Echo. Isn't that the last thing that Keith said before Brian killed him? Like, isn't that the last thing he said? Because it could have sworn he said that. Anyway, let's move on. Devin watches as Cameron's body just goes limp, and though he tries to leap forward and catch him, the coyote slips to the ground at his feet. The bear instantly picks him up, or tries to. Though it's something he's done many times before, he had never done it while Cameron was so completely lifeless, and he struggles with the coyote's dead weight. Cameron? Cameron! He lets the coyote out on his back, hoping he just wakes up. What the fuck was that? Dude, what the hell was that thing? Whatever it was just seemed to absorb into Cameron, disappearing in an instant. No! No! No, absolutely not. Get that shit out of me. Devin doesn't care. 2 days ago, he would have thought he'd give almost anything to see something like that. Now it doesn't seem to matter at all. Cameron's chest had been heaving seconds ago. Isn't moving at all now. Fuck. Artie, he's not breathing, man. What do we do? Holy shit, which, maybe chest compressions, right? Right? The panic is threatening to overwhelm the bear, his peripheral vision dim and growing dark, and he has to rest the paw next to Cameron's head to steady himself. Be careful what you wish for. Oh god. He can't pass out now, otherwise Cameron will only have Artie to help him, and the cat is seemingly frozen, his fingers twisted into his head fur. Why is this even happening? Why would he just stop breathing? Devin tries to tilt Cameron's head back, straighten his torso so he can breathe. Come on, breathe, Cam, just breathe, please. Devin rubs at Cameron's chest. Such a desperate, useless gesture. Do you know how to do CPR? I saved dick by giving it CPR. I saved dick by giving it CPR. Put your mouth on it like CPR. Let's make porn, they're watching a VCR. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's... Listen. I can't. Cupcake is too iconic. Okay. No! Dev raised himself, wishing he could remember a single useful thing from the one day he learned about CPR in high school. Listen. You put both hands on the chest, like interlocking, and you press down on the rhythm of 107 beats per minute. So, songs like Staying Alive by Bee Gees, CPR by Cupcake, which is actually 107 beats per minute, and the ever so famous Pink Pony Club by Chaperone. All he remembers is tittering with his classmates about the female mannequin's chest and how they had to touch it. His vision blurs as he uselessly places paws, one over the other on Cameron's chest. And then a droning, ragged wheeze comes from the coyote's mouth. Oh my god, Kim! Another labored wheeze. He's breathing! He's breathing, right? That's right, Cam. Keep going, baby. He is, but it's still strained. Like something heavy is on his chest. Not sure what else to do. Devin pulls Cameron to a sitting position, leaning the coyote against his body, and Cameron gasps. Oh, thank fucking God. Just keep breathing like that, honey. Yes! Even Artie is crying, wiping his eyes as he laughs. But what just attacked him? You saw that thing, right? Or am I crazy? Devin shakes his head. I don't know what it was. I don't know. Now Devin just needs Cameron to regain consciousness so he knows he's okay for sure. Never he has seen evidence of or believed that the supernatural could physically harm the living. Hell. Well, someone's never watched Paranormal Activity. Let's get out of the forest, dude, in case it comes back. Huh. Yeah, alright. He's very careful with... I said Barry. I fucking hate the pun. He's very careful with how he moves Cameron, terrified that his breathing might stop again. But as he stands, cradling Cameron in his arms, he looks up. Standing 20 feet away towards the trailer is another bear. Oh no. He's holding a shotgun. Devin stares, feeling himself become oddly detached from the situation. His mind is still overwhelmed with what just happened to Cameron. That's what he wants to focus on, but the shotgun has his attention now, and just for a moment, Devin thinks about just running. If he applies logic to the situation, he assumes the other bear won't shoot, but something in his eyes. Something is off. That something is murderous malice! So, Devin says what he hopes will make clear to this other bear that they're not a threat. We need help. We're stranded and our friend is unconscious. The old-looking bear focuses on him for several seconds. Devin hears the rustling of dead leaves and foliage next to him as Arturo moves. Suddenly, the bear swings the shotgun around to point at Devin's right. Don't you move, boy! Hey, I'm sorry, don't shoot. Arturo sounds terrified, his voice strangely high-pitched. The old bear stares at Artie for several seconds before pointing the shotgun down towards the ground, but only slightly. The bear gestures at the coyote. You're doing something to him? What, doing something? No, we're trying to help him. Something attacked him. We need to get him help. The older bear grimaces. What do you mean, something? Dev hesitates. At least the gun is shifted in his direction. No, wait! I'm not waiting. You show up on my property making all kinds of sounds, and you're standing there with a knocked out Yodi? Hey, we didn't do anything to him. We're trying to help, the bear growls. I don't care if you're trying to help him or trying to fuck him. I want to know the truth, not that something happened. The standoff continues for a few more seconds before Dev jumps in again. It was something dark, like a shadow. I called it something because I didn't get a chance to see it, but it jumped on him and disappeared. Devin realizes what he's saying as he says it, and half expects to be shot for saying something so stupid. I swear to God, that's what happened. The other bear's eyes flit to Artie, and the cat quickly throws his support behind the ridiculous statement. Yeah, that's what happened. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was there. It was dark and had red eyes or some shit. I don't even think we should be out here right now. Devin, once again, wants to tell Artie to shut up. That saying more is only going to make the situation worse. But instead of getting angry again, an odd expression comes over the other bear's face. One that Devin can't quite decipher. Then he finally speaks, casually bringing the shotgun up to rest over his shoulder. And jumped on him? That Yodi there? Yeah. Alright, so I'm guessing y'all some drugs or some shit. No. Using out in the heat ain't ever a smart idea. We weren't. Devin trails off, realizing this doesn't matter at all right now. We need to get him help. He's not waking up. Devin kneels, resting Cameron on the ground as he half props him up, needing to rest his tired arms. There's a pause in which this other bear just stares down at them, a pause that's long enough that Devin opens his mouth to speak again. But that's finally when the older bear seems to break out of his trance. Mama, I'm Brian behind you. Nah. A bra behind you. I can't. Shit, of course. Sorry about my gun and all. It's just that I always get a bunch of crews on my property every now and then. Devin looks up at the suddenly friendly bear. He's not friendly! He's not! He's not! He's not! Please! Please! Get out of there! In the back of his mind, he thinks he can almost hear sirens. Yes, that's the red flags popping. Those are the red flags popping. Please leave. And very familiar sirens. Shit's not even loaded. The bear grunts as he brings the shotgun forward, pointing it back towards the ground before it seems to break in half as the stock suddenly drops down. The bear tries to show him that the barrels are empty. That actually does make Devin feel a bit better, even if the gun had been pointed at him just minutes ago. The bear then closes it with a snap. So I think your best bet is to call the proper authorities so they can get some help out here. Do you know how we can do that? There's no service here. Of course there ain't, but there is services outside of town, to the east. What's wherever I go out there to make a call? Dev's heart leaps in his chest at the idea that there might actually be a quick way out of the situation. He looks in the eastward direction, ready to stop immediately. Oh god. Hold on, in a little ways out there. Hold on, it's a little ways out there and it's a pretty specific spot. I could give you a quick ride, no more than 5 minutes. The old bear turns away and starts making his way towards the trailer. Artie glances at them, clearly uneasy about this. Dev is hesitant himself because of course he would be. Anyone would be, but after everything they've been through. Devin looks down at Cameron. The coyote still breathing steadily, now looking almost peaceful. Still, fear grips the bear's chest. Those are your red flags going off. Please, Lee, don't trust him. Don't trust Brian. Please don't trust Brian. Please. The fact that Cameron still isn't waking up is slowly increasing his worry to the point of panic again. So he says as John follows the old bear. He half expects Artie not to follow, but he does, and the four of them disappear further into the trees. No! That's gonna be it. I believe that's gonna be it for the stream. Oh god. Why? No! You're not supposed to trust. No! Don't do this. I am so afraid for what will happen. I don't want to see them get tortured. The music is so pretty. It's so pretty and so melancholic. I love it. But why? Why? Oh god. And now the real plot's about to begin. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. Hi, if you're watching the VOD, subscribe to my channel and follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/CatBoy and follow me on Twitter and all that shit and all that jazz and all that bullshit. But anyway, yeah. Of course, Ben, and thank you for being here for probably like the entire stream actually. Anyway, link to the game, if you're watching the VOD, link to the game will be in the description if you want to play it for yourself. If you want to go through with that. Well, can't wait to play this again on Wednesday. I'm gonna cry. Anyway, I'll see y'all next time and see you at the next stream. Bye-bye.